Now here's a game with some pedigree. When I'm talking about NES launch titles, most hail from the mid-80s, but Wild Gunman goes back. So far back that it used film projection rather than a TV screen to display the action, back when it debuted in '74. That's serious business. That original Wild Gunman, later recreated as a collapsible model that you may have seen in the WarioWare series, was designed by none other than the legendary Gunpei Yokoi, a longtime Nintendo visionary and inventor of, well, the frickin' Game Boy for one. So yeah, pedigree. Now draw. Wild Gunman's all about reaction time. A smarmy Wild West type sidles up onto the screen, sits down, and some music plays to kill the time before the command to fire is ordered, and then you shoot the Joker before he shoots you. Fortunately, through the miracle of user interface, you can tell exactly how long he's going to take to fire, as represented by that number there. A second might not seem like all that long a space of time, but if you're a practiced gamer, that second might as well be an eternity. Never having stepped to this challenge before, I found my average reaction time to be well under a third of a second, topping out at 0.25. In a rare move for an NES launch title like this, the command to fire is actually shouted at you using digitized voice. And digitized voice wasn't all that great on the NES, especially if you remember Bases Loaded or Ghostbusters. But if you're dueling with some stereotypical cowboy type, you don't want a buzzer or a beep or a tone to tell you when to fire. You want to see the glimmer of malice in the other guy's eyes, and you want a voice to say, fire. And in that respect, Wild Gunman shines. It says fire. The second of the NES standard 3 game modes pits you against 2 opponents, each with their own draw time. Usually it's just a matter of pop the faster guy first, but don't get too complacent. One of those guys might not actually fire, and it's not sporting to shoot unprovoked, now is it? We got laws in this state for a reason. Though it's not like aiming is that difficult either, all you need to do is hit the correct side of the screen, or in the case of the single shooter theory, anywhere on the screen at all. But aim comes back into play with the gang mode, which rounds out the options by giving you a saloon full of hostiles, a set number of bullets, and the imperative to stay alive. And even in this mode, a kind of prioritization applies. The faster outlaws are worth more points. This mode is more of a shooting gallery, as there's no indicated time to fire. You just stop foes before they get to filling you full of lead. And if you do get winged, you have to start that entire wave over again too, so it behooves you to be fast with your shots and careful with your aim. And if anyone ever asks you where you learned to shoot like that, you just tell them. 7-Eleven.